Hear that, gentlemen? That is the sound of music to my ears. We're back in the bush. It's early, it's cold. We're back at it again. Going with the young blokes today. Big climb up first thing in the morning. Got a few 100 metres elevation in. And we've got the old blokes doing the easy lap down below along the creek. So it's forecast was terrible, but the sky is burning off some early morning fog and it looks bloody beautiful up there. So we'll see what the day brings. Now you can see there's a lot of older sign, maybe week, 2 weeks. The deer are using these routes, which is good to know. It's actually a pretty good stalking country in here. I thought it was going to be a lot thicker on this face to get our punch up, but game trails galore. It's pretty hot actually. Yeah, it's all dried out, so it's not real fresh. It's lost all that slime. It's got no insects on it, so yeah, at least a week. Yeah.
A fair bit, like.
Yeah, this is a good game trail. Same thing, goes from this system here to that system there, and there's sidling around the front here. So there's definitely animals in here, which is exactly what we wanted to find out. We'll keep punching up and hopefully get above them before they rise. Still going up. It's starting to get a bit of light now. Bloody absolutely perla. I've got blue skies coming up over here. There's zero wind, like it's deadly still. Seen a lot of signs, so it's a good start to the morning. So I rendezvoused with the young blokes. And we're going to just see if we can tip over a meat animal today. Got a couple of days left in the trip, so a couple of new spots to explore, a couple of spots I've never been to, and just using some old tactics to see if we can fill the freezer. Climbing. Boys are still going up. The sun's almost hit the ridgeline over there. We think we just had a deer stomping at us while we stopped to have a chat. We stopped back and it stopped back. But did a bit of raking, it wouldn't come any closer, so we're going to leave that for the time being, not pressure it too much because it's early days. Keep heading up, and then there's if you can make out, there's a big bowl. So this big bowl that's in here, we're going to get up high and sit on this side, wait till the thermal starts, and then we're going to come round and put a bit of net around this bowl, and then hunt it back. We think the deer will be down 2/3 of the way up at the back of this bowl, so we want to beat them up the top. Hopefully we can hear them coming up to us. That's the plan anyway. When you got young blokes, shoot meat. Jeez, that was early. I just heard a gunshot go off from where the boys are. They've only just left camp. Shit, if that's on the flat, that's an easy one to carry. Might not even have to carry it if I turn my radio off now. I'll give them a little bit. There's nothing worse than when you've just shot and someone comes on the radio. Why'd you shoot, mate? And you're still trying to get your follow-up shot. Well, that could be the boys. It's got to be the boys. Either that, or they're in there with some other hunters and they would have just shit bricks. It sounded like a black powder gun.
Old boys, old guns could be.
Old boys and their old cannons. 375. Nothing wrong with that. You don't seem to hear follow-up shots when they hit them with them. Lots of good game trails in here. Don't tell us the old boys got the drop on the young fellas. Bloody hell. I'm in the intermediate group. That's what I'm claiming. still keep up with the young blokes there. Oh, we've made it to the ridge line. So plan, this ridge line's got like kind of whoops in it, like up downs. Now we know that there's hunters down in here on the right. We're going to try and use that to our advantage. We're going to spread out on this this ridge line and sit on those low points. We're going to spread out across the low points with the theory that if these guys are putting pressure in down below, these deer might exit that system and cross over into this quieter one. So a little bit of a game plan change, but we'll do this for maybe an hour. Just sit and listen, see if we can hear any animals rising. And then if there's no action there, we'll revert back to the original plan, which is to come down and work this soon to be sunny face. Wow, that's beautiful, isn't it? It's good to be back in the bush. So we've split up and we've just been sitting here for 15 minutes. Jimmy's gone right up, I'm on the front, and got Ryan in the middle. And I said to the guys, like, it's been long enough, maybe start moving. And Jimmy just said a stag's just appeared right in front of him. Got a few glimpses of it, and it's walking away from him, so he's trying to put a stalk in on it now. So hopefully we hear a shot. I might just go and have a poke around the front here and hold the front line in case it does a Yui. Give those boys a chance to get in on it. That's exciting. Good start to the morning. Bit of action. I think one of the boys has bumped a deer because he's gone straight down here. I'm just walking underneath where they've walked. They might not have heard it, but that's fresh as on the scan trail. So I'm going to walk this one up and see if I can catch up to it. Have a look at this creek. This is a bit of a standout for me because when I was a younger fella, a lot of the creeks look like this because there's no blackberry present. And you've got these beautiful flats, little meandering stream. Both faces are clear, but they've got enough cover to hold deer on them. There's droppings absolutely everywhere. This system is red hot. It's one of the most kind of pristine spots in terms of weeds that I've seen in over a decade. This has been really well, I don't know if it's been maybe crop sprayed or the fire perhaps may have came through here and got rid of it, or it's just never got in here, but it's really nice to see. And it's just beautiful stalking, absolutely beautiful stalking. What's for dinner?
Oh, only the best, mate. Pork and fennel and beef burgers.
Angus burgers. We've got the brioche gourmet. It's all fancy here. The boys have got a nice fire going over here. So we got a cool little camp. It got dark before I pulled the camera out, but there's a nice little stream. You can just imagine it. Close your eyes and you can imagine it. A nice little stream over there. Full moon up there. A little bit of drizzle around, but it's actually not so bad in temperature here compared to up top with the snow. So we dropped down a bit of elevation. We've got a spot to hunt back in the back of the gully here. You'll see it in the morning when we get up. Enjoy the nice quiet camp. What was last night like in comparison?
Last night was a bit of a chaotic evening.
Bit of a party camp.
Yeah.
The doof, the bush doof.
Yeah, the bush doof was on.
There was new music going to. Don't you love it when a whole group of young blokes come in and
last night.
17 of them.
17 blokes come into camp and play music till 3 in the morning,
Yeah.
and then get up at 8 and crank it all up again. So.
Music back on.
So we've found this nice quiet little corner with just us in here, and there's deer sign literally in this camp, so that's a good thing. In the morning we're going to go on a mission and see if we can find a critter. It's the morning again, and got a beautiful, give you a little look down the river flats down on my left down here. I've got a big system. It's bloody excellent stalking country in here. A lot of deer sign, a lot of droppings. The volume of deer in here seems high, but there's not many natural funnels, so bit of a needle in a haystack. They really can be anywhere. Got to spread out. We're doing a bit of a line. We've got someone in each gully, and we're pushing through just to see if we can get a result. Well, this is a spot I've never been to before, and I'll just try and explain our method and what we're trying to do to find these deer. So the ground, what I'm seeing here, I've been walking now for maybe half an hour and not seeing much at all, but as soon as I've hit this back bench, I'm starting to see a little bit more promising sign. I've seen lots of older stuff, like you can see there's some really old stuff that's been broken off, and there's some new shoots there that the deer haven't touched. There's fresh droppings there, some old droppings, but there's some really fresh droppings. They're still glossy, and those ones are actually still warm. I've got fresh footprints as well, and then if you look here, you can look and see this one here. It's got an old bite mark on it, but this one here, that looks really fresh. See that white? See, it's just been broken. So where those little white ones are, I know that a deer has stood here and had a nibble. If I snap one of those off, generally if you break it, you can kind of match it up. So they're both pretty white, yeah. So that's probably not that long ago. Definitely I'd say within a day or so. So to me it looks like it's a hind with a yearling, and they're getting elevation, so they may have been down on that flat. It doesn't look like they're spending too much time in there, just browsing on their way, so they're probably on the move. I'm only about not even halfway up this system, so I'm expecting when I get past the halfway point, maybe that 2/3 point, they might settle in and start to sit down. So I'm just going to slowly keep. I've got a bad wind here, so I'm going to just go with my wind. There's nothing else I can do, and hopefully that scent line isn't the line they're on. Usually they'll get up and walk along a little bit left or right, so fingers crossed. The good thing is we've got a few people in each gully, so even if I cock this up, it might make a deer move into one of the other boys, so we'll keep on walking them up and see if we can get a result. So I'm just getting to this there's like a little bench. I always slow down when you get to a bench because it's in the bush, there's not many flat spots. Just as I'm starting to use the binos, starting to see more sign here. Look down here. These are really fresh, these are still warm. You've got a heap of really nice sized pellets. Footprint, where's that footprint? Just in here. Another one. Just in here. You can see the grass and all the edges, and yeah, this bark's all been disturbed, and it's pushed down, pulled all this down in with it. So they're subtle, but yeah, when you look for them, you do see them. So I know that I'm very, very close to an animal right now. Just heard one of the boys get honked down there about 50 metres or so. Didn't hear it crash off though, so might be just standing there. I've come across a couple of beds. They weren't warm, but they had fur in them, so they are being used. Just coming down to this thicket, and there's a preach here. So maybe a wallow nearby. I'm not going to look down that creek. You can see it's been thrashing that bush there. Uprooted a few things, nipped off some of those, but you can kind of see that's a pretty fresh. It's come up and poured at it here. A few little touches there. So typically, if they're wallowed, they'll have a preach nearby, so it's worth, like it does smell a bit here, so it's worth just having a quick squeeze in there, see if we can find his wallow. That one over there, the deer that the boys just bumped, is still honking, so they might be able to get in on it. I'd say it heard them and didn't see them, that's why it's still going off at them. I'm going to get it in a bit of trouble here. I need to cross that, get up there and get over that next ridge. That's where I want to be. It's a much bigger open system. Deer in here, but they're not in my favour. This is just absolute feeding heaven for them in here. There are just nips off all this stuff. There's just pellets everywhere, so spending a lot of time here. Damn it. It's a big excitement. I didn't get a chance to put the camera on. Just come up that thick ass face, and that stag was bedded in the shittest, most vertical spot. He let me nearly walk into him. He's taken off down this gully. He's running up that trail there, and I've got a good shot above him, like vertical spine, right in between his shoulder blades. Squeeze the trigger, and in between me and him I saw a branch drop. I bloody hit a branch on the way to him. He's killed around to the next thing and then stood up there and honked again. So I'm confident I've missed him, but I've got good footprints where he's run. So this is where he's come through. This is where he was running. So I'm going to try and walk him up, because if my ball hit him, it would hit him right about here, and he would be dead as he'd gone up. So I know he's just charged up there. Damn it. Well, I think we've been defeated. I've started to descend now. I've found quite a few trails I've been following, and I reckon I found the hind and the yearling that they ran together for a little while. I've followed them all the way down this ridge line, and there's a bit of mud on this one. The older gouges and newer stuff, but it's probably a different animal. But I don't know if this is his home turf or not. So I'll keep going down here. I've got the other boys on some other game trails that were running on a similar line, so they're working the bottom. I'm not having any joy here. It's not looking promising at all. So we're going to start hunting our way down. We're a long, long way. Like our camp's way over there. So we're going to hunt down here and hit a river, and then we can try and walk out to a track and get back over to our camp. You never know, we might be able to put something, another deer up here somewhere. Yeah, all that hard work has finally paid off. I've got an awesome gully head here. This is afternoon sun. I can see a preach tree there. I've got some veg just up the back. Bloody spoke too soon. I was just going to tell you about that preach just there. I had a look around. I turned the camera on, started speaking to the camera. A massive stag. It was bedded just in that bracken there. Stood up, honked at me and bolted up there. Damn it. I had a look through there, but he must have been in a thick bit. I didn't see him. He's gone up over that, back towards camp. Lesson learnt. I thought it looked like a good spot for a deer, and it bloody was. The boys below are getting a lot of action. Jimmy just come on and said he's had a stag in his crosshairs a few times, but he can't get a clear shot. And Ryan's down further, having a face off with a hind as well. So it's all happening. I just got busted. So, Jimmy's stag's kind of just below me, so if he gets busted, and he did what that one did, he might run straight past up here, so I might go second slip. Wait here as the backup. Just heard a shot. Sounded too far away to be the boys. Might be another hunter. I just had a 15-minute standoff with the stag. All day. Just cleaned up my shoulder. Dropped. Went about 5 minutes to me. And I had a massive suck. Shaking like a leaf, so I'm just going to sit here for a minute. Yeah, copy that, mate. Well done. Well, I'll check you out where we are on the map. I think you're a fair way back in. We're going to be looking for time, so yeah, let us know if you need us to come over. So Ryan's potentially shot his first stag. He reckons he hit it. He's going down to check. I just looked on the map though. He's about a K back into the gully, and I'm still a K from getting down to the track, and then another probably K after the car. I've only got about an hour and a half of light, so it's going to get tight. In two minds whether if he finds that deer, we might have to bug out of here and come back in the morning, because if one of us doesn't get back and get a vehicle, bring it a bit closer, I don't like our chances of getting out here before it's dark. I've never been in the system, so I still don't know what's ahead down there. There could be anything. Could be blackberries, a river or a cliff, who knows. Adventure. So I've just picked up Jimmy, because his radio's gone flat, so he gave me the cooee. So I've picked him up. We're going to stick together on the way out. We're just going to stalk this gully because it looks amazing. But we're really picking up the pace here, because we need to get back and get out of the system before we run out of light. Ryan just come on the GPS and he's found his deer, so we made the executive decision for him to take a photo of it and mark it and bleed it, and we're going to come back in the morning because we haven't mapped this out. We don't know the way. It could get dangerous if we're having to get out here, especially if the snow or the rain comes in like it's been. Congratulations, man.
Thanks, man. Fucking did it, finally. Good job.
Tell us how it went down.
Yeah. I had to turn the radio off because I just had this thing staring at me like behind a tree.
The hind first, right?
Pardon?
Was it the hind first, or? Yes,
there was a hind and it was a spike, and I just didn't move. And then you were saying you had a couple of deer and they were coming my way, and I just muted the radio because every time that radio went off, ears went up. And she went back feeding out of sight, and he was staring at me for 15 minutes or at least did not flinch. And I had a tree here and I had a lane 100 mil, like tree. And
well, we made it back to camp safely. Gonna warm up around the fire, have a cold beer, and I'm sure Ryan's gonna be dreaming about his stag all night. Just as we left the gully, Jimmy heard some wild dogs howling, so we're hoping they don't have a midnight snack on it. At least your head will be there in the morning, mate.
Yeah, part of it. Part of it, yeah.
I was telling Jimmy when we were waiting for you to come down, I left a fallow buck like that, and I thought I could get in the car closer, so I left him, took a few photos, went back to the car, and I was going to get him mounted. I was like, this beautiful fellow. Went all the way back, got the car, come back, and as I got there, I saw movement where he was. I thought, what's going on? Something, get him like a dog. Get closer, it was two eagles that were on top of him, and they had just minced him. They'd pulled and ripped at him and just ruined. Back to get You dear. Ryan's been stressing if the wild dogs have had a picnic up here all night. We're going to head in early with the hope of maybe catching up with some of those other stags that we saw. It's been a very cold night last night with a frost. It's gotten really cold down here now. Sun's come out on these faces here. We've just regrouped because we're coming up on Ryan's deer. I just pushed out another deer in here and I could hear another one coming through here. So we're right in the thick of it. There's some big old trees out here, isn't there? These things are monsters. Sometimes when these trees fall over, this one doesn't happen, but sometimes they make a little cavity for a wallow. You guys worth checking. And often there'll be a little bed on a steep face, they make like a flat spot. See the rub tree just there? So all this dirt, you know, they have minerals and stuff they pour around and it does attract them. So tell us, where'd you shoot from?
I was over there.
Are you up the gully?
Yeah, I'll show you I marked it as well.
Oh, what a spot. How's all the sunlight popping through on his face? Oh, so you had a big angle.
I shot through like probably the second tree.
Yep.
And all that crap from where I was. And he didn't see the tape. He went that way.
Yep.
There's tape on a stick there, and then more here, and he came down across here, and then rolled back down. And I found him. He was in here, down in this section here where there's a deeper hole.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. So I dragged him across and then up that bench there.
Good. I'll give you a little look at Ryan's first bit of antler. He shot a sambar before, but not a male. This one is, what are we going to call him?
He's got the devil horn.
Lucifer.
Lucifer?
Look at that little, he's like a demon.
I'm unloaded.
Good shot placement, mate. Look at that, on the money.
Nice shot.
Oh yeah, there's a good rub tree up there, see it?
Yeah.
It's not too bad now you're looking at this face. It looks really gnarly, but it actually is not so bad. We might have to have an explore up into those little gully heads one time.
I think so.
Yeah.
Hey, this is
Like nice.
This is the only open spot that I found. Everywhere that I went was like shooting through like fence palings like that, and all the bracken and
Yeah, but this was where you were trying to get to. You're trying to get to the tops of these feeder gullies.
that's it. It was 7 hours of hard work and pays off because it's shit up in there and we worked hard to get through. But hunting top down like that in these spots is gold. As you saw, we come through. And we see a couple of deer, but it was absolute action yesterday. There was just deer running around everywhere.
Yeah.
All loaded up, mate.
loaded up, just doing the boots up. Ready for it.
He's gone in light today, he's definitely going to go out heavy.
Not mad about it. Oh yeah. Light work, baby.
See all the browsing here?
Yeah.
Look at everything.
They're not even in the leaves, just
All the little shoots. Look up high on them, see those little buds at the top? That's what they're nibbling off that down to the shoot. That smells like deer in here, so we're bugging out now. We're back to the track and off to the car. We've all got a bit of meat in our pack. We've got even a doggy bone for the mushy dog. Now I'd start cutting right, mate. In there. Yeah, I reckon. Struggle's real. Should we help?
What's in here?
Jesus, we're bastards. Alright, it's now been a KSO. How you feeling?
Good, mate. Trying to stop.
Alright, lead the way. Ryan's had a bit of a height issue on the way back. All of a sudden, he's a lot taller. I've told him when he gets home to film the moment that he shows his lovely missus the head that he wants to boil up on the kitchen sink. I'll see if I can get the video out of him. We'll put it in this edit. Well, we recovered all the meat, and as you can tell, Ryan was smiles all around. So it was a great day's hunt, and we did get back a few weeks later. We took the backpacks in and we explored some more of those gullies that we were talking about. So stay tuned. I have got another edit on the way, and I'll get it out there as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, guys, and thanks again to all the supporters out there. I'll keep the content coming in nice and strong. So stay safe. I'll see you out there in the bush.